everyone! Hello everyone! Welcome to the City Crit. I'm your Dungeon Master Harn, and joining my usual rigmarole of Space Fang players. It's episode 100, guys.
Wow, we should have dressed up or something.
Yeah.
No!
We didn't. I'm wearing an hoodie.
It's episode 100. We're only like level 10s. We've got at least another 100 fucking sessions to go, people. Roll on. 2 more years.
If the last campaign's anything to go by, that's pretty short.
Hey, that's a level every 10 sessions.
Yeah, that's probably generous.
Yeah, we don't get it that often.
I'm actually curious what level we were at session 10 of the last campaign.
Fuck those.
Like 1.
But yeah, whenever...
I feel like lower levels, you like kind of level up like faster, and then like as you get into higher levels, it takes longer. Because you kind of want to you want to like bash through at least the first 3 levels.
It took you guys a year to get to like level 5, I think, in the last... in first year uni.
I think we were level 17 for at least 6 months.
Yeah.
We were at 17 capped for so long.
We were at level 17 for so long that I like stopped using Merryweather when she was level 17, and then when I brought her back for the final battle, I was like, can she just be level 20 now? And Harry was like, yeah, go for it.
She's been doing her own thing.
She's been doing shit. She can be level 20.
Well,
You know, with that,
you jinxed it. You jinxed it.
you know, with that one question of can Merryweather be a level 20? Fucking the final campaign, everyone gained 100 hit points.
Nah, Harry was like, yeah, she could be level 20. Here's 2 more dragons to send after her.
Yeah.
And I'm like, ha ha ha, I'm not worried about that, because I didn't know it was going to be a solo thing.
Played by Ryan and Will.
I seem to have a thing for playing evil dragons.
You've got a thing for dragons.
Oh my.
So did Volgir's wife, but we don't need to get into that.
Camera off at this point.
That's where the trauma comes from. I'm slowly getting decapitated here.
Yeah.
It's that
I mean, thank
OnlyFans
God he's wearing
angle.
jeans. I mean, like, this could have been really damning. I could have been bad. We could have been banned.
I don't
What?
do
No-
All I'm gonna say
no one else is playing- No one else is playing pantsless D&D, just me.
I feel like if we were playing with Balsha, you probably would have been outdone.
We're
What
not making that thing.
But what about strip D&D?
No.
How would that even work? Well, like,
I
if
don't
you're
know.
rolling that one, like...
I don't know, but I feel like no matter how it works, it ends up with the DM like buck ass naked within like 20 seconds.
Probably, yeah. I roll a lot more than you guys.
I feel like Harry needs to start researching some different websites, because I don't think Twitch would appreciate that after the first couple.
Every time you
Rolls.
cast a spell, you have to remove a piece of item of clothing. The bigger the spell, the bigger the piece of clothing. Cast level 10!
The barbarian's just there in a winter coat.
I want to cast Wish. Okay.
I think I need a hurry.
Unnatural.
If you want to cast Wish, you have to come wearing those like tearaway stripper pants.
All right. Let's introduce exactly who we're playing, so we can more or less remember ourselves.
And how likely they are to wear tearaway stripper pants.
I was gonna go with the person who has the best camera angle and then work our way down to the worst, but
My camera angle's pretty good when it stays where it is.
Mary, kick his desk.
Throw something at
think
him.
Mary-
Lightly
It's
shake
just
the
desk.
room even a little bit.
I was about to say, I think Mary just needs to move on her chair, and the camera will just go no.
I fixed the issue with
Wait.
blue tack.
Beautiful.
It's not gonna work.
I'm
I'm
gonna
actually
start,
curious.
because I feel like my camera setup is what Harry's camera setup used to be.
If you didn't start, I'd be surprised, because, like, just Harry set it up as well, probably, I'm assuming.
He did.
We got
So,
all the
like, you know,
angles.
I'm curious, he's probably spent a good number of hours on that thing.
I owe this like Twitch streamer starter setup that I don't use to stream with. Hi, my name is George. I play Atlas Moreau, the Owlin Druid. Do we do a fun fact on this one? I can't remember. Nah, it's fine.
No, not usually.
Cool, we're done. Next
Usually
guy.
just bully me, and then...
I feel like we've done enough of that, at least for the next, like, 10 minutes.
I'll go next because I like my camera angle when it stays where it is.
I thought we all
Hello,
agreed
I
that you go
am
last.
What? But
I thought we all agreed that you're going last. Everyone else.
well, everybody else is taking their sweet ass time, so I'm jumping in. Hello, my name's Ryan, and I play Cyrus Redmar, the Acemar Barbarian.
Ryan's camera angle is how he likes it, pointing at his crotch 50% of the time.
And then he's got the ring light in the background illuminating the show.
That is the camera's preferred angle. The camera loves what the camera loves.
I think you'll find when you move a camera enough, it weakens the joint till it returns to its most preferable position.
That is a thing that happens, yeah.
Yeah, my microphone does that. Watch.
Yeah,
It
see?
always falls back to like the proper level, no matter where I put it.
Exactly. Point proven, Ryan. You're
Hello.
invalid.
Like, legitimately.
Invalid.
It's the center of gravity. The mic is the heaviest part of the arm, so it pulls it down until it can't pull it down.
Yeah, but
anymore.
the
Oh,
microphone arms are built to take the weight.
George, quick, shake Harry's desk.
I don't think I can reach it. There's a green screen.
I'm waiting for you to shake Harry's desk and Ryan's camera folds.
I'll go next
No, last two
before we
were
get too
effort for
distracted.
me. I just didn't
Hi,
use
I'm
it
Anthony.
now.
I play Barrow Starkhoof, the Biscuit Boy, and I'll pass it on to the next person.
I'll go next. I'm Will. I'm playing Volgir, the Durgar Ranger, who does not speak about his past and does not want to meet his wife ever again.
Ex-wife.
Ex-wife.
Hi, I'm Mary. I play Astral ASMR Cleric.
I think that's everyone.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah,
like
it's all
Ryan
of
knows
us.
my backstory. I feel like Ryan knows my backstory better than I do.
Everyone knows your backstory better than you do, Will.
Who wants to remind us what happened last time? Or maybe remind us what Volgir's backstory is?
Yeah, so
Volgir
we
was
were
born
like,
a
hey,
young dwarf.
we
like
were
most
going to
dwarves.
talk to the gods before we left Keelam.
A little
Because we-
god roundup, you know.
Yeah, and we found out that Barros, who often complains about not being linked to the gods in any shape or form, is actually Protocol B.
Except
after
Barros,
Earthless.
who just kind of glanced over that whole thing.
And why Saparna picked Barros, nobody knows, because
Especially
she was like,
Barrows.
here are all of your things. B's for this, E's for this, R's for this, A's for this, and S's for this. And Barros went, I got about a third of that. You spelt my name.
I feel like if
Thanks.
Atlas ever found out that, like, Barros was, like, you know, her backup, she'd be like, I feel so much better and worse about this situation.
Him? You picked him as my backup?
Like, we were already questioning me, and then you went for him?
The thing is, that also implies Barros is slightly more reliable than Plan A.
So Saparna is either next level, like Galaxy,
Or just not
exploding,
very good
going
at picking people.
cracked, or she's just she's just throwing the deck at the floor.
I
and
also
seeing
like
what
the
lands
concept that all of us are god protocols. So you got, you know, like Atlas and Astra both are like number one, this is what we're going for. Barros is like plan B. You got plan C down here, and then Volker is only gonna come in right at the end when shit goes bad.
I mean, if he keeps this
I'd
far
say
away
if
from his
we get-
homeworld, sure.
Like, I
if we get to
I
Plan
love the
B,
idea
I
of
think we're
all the gods
pretty
there. Like,
fucked.
so what protocol are you on? Oh, I'm still on A. I've moved on to C. It's like, I'm on V. V?
There's one guy in the back just writing Protocol Zephyr. Uh-oh.
and it's just like it's only been 10 millennia. It's only been 5 millennia. I'm still on A and B. Like, it's been 100 years. I'm on V.
He he
so-
put a lot of shit into like the upper crust of society, and then watched that one like fucking ship getting crashed. Like, ooh, nope.
Dwarves prone to crashing must make more protocols.
That's D through fucking W gone.
We learned that the gods are the bitches of the...
We learned they're big
Brain
old
people.
brain bitches.
And Lorien is not playing ball with anyone. He's focusing on the demons.
I mean, we
which are
basically found out that
possibly
all the
connected to
gods are like playing hooky from their original purpose. One's like hiding out at the bottom of the ocean. One's fighting demons. One is actually doing what she's supposed to be doing, but was like, Burros, come get me.
And the other one is in the sun and might explode and become a new void someday.
I was gonna talk to Katran, but then it was 11 o'clock, so didn't have time.
I think we could still talk to Katran, because we haven't left the planet
Yeah, we just
yet.
gotta, like, go there, you know?
Hey, if you want
Yeah,
to go to
but-
Katran, you can.
And Atlas will be
Cyrus
like,
and
hey, I
Astra-
know I'm already someone else's protocol, but, like, birds.
Cyrus and Astra went to speak to Ravi. Cyrus reconnected to Ray for the first time in like 26 years. And he has a choice to make that nobody knows about.
Did you have to check your age there?
No, well, she said, I haven't spoke to you in so long, and Cyrus only remembers Fife, so I'm assuming Fife got in there early, so it was like when he was 1 or 2, when his memory isn't really a thing. 4 at a push, maybe.
One of my most aggressive Atlas moments I've managed in this campaign so far was when someone asked how tall Cyrus was, and I answered before you did, because I was open on the page. And I just feel like that's Atlas through and through.
Honestly, it scared me a little. It's because I was like, how tall is Cyrus? And you were like, he's this. And I was like, what? Why?
Made a note.
Did I forget anything? Is there anything else that happened?
We were planning on going to the Umphalos.
The
Umphalos.
Alos.
Yeah. Because we were like, what if we find out more about programming squishy shit? Because we got this this engineer guy who's pretty good at like retroactively learning how shit works, and we were like, could you do squishy? And he was like, I can do squishy.
So we're gonna just leave Lush to its squidification.
No,
and
we're
then
gonna
go there
quickly,
when we're ready
like,
to get to the part.
Hit stop at the Umphalos because it's kind of on the way anyway. It's only like a little detour.
As long as we don't get arrested again.
Yes.
Basically, we
will
want
help
to
with
access the supercomputer on the Umphalos to find out
And we
the
were like, hey,
information.
Days, could your dad get us in on that? And she was like, I don't fucking know.
If he's alive.
I'm looking forward to it, you know? We'll go to the Umphalos, we'll get arrested, we'll go to the inescapable prison, we'll escape it again.
We'll meet the squid bunny, because he might be a squid.
Squid Bunny sounds kind of cute, though.
But no, because
I'm gonna-
bunny ears
I'm gonna
and squid face.
Google that
And
right
these-
now.
These will be horrified.
Not. Maybe she likes squid face.
I
Just
don't.
be days.
Look at Astra. Does Astra have squid face? Not squid face.
Don't
Therefore, Days
Google
does not
Squid
have
Bunny.
face.
Don't,
I'm not sure I
don't
want to.
Google Squid
Why-
Bunny.
Why would you?
Yeah, we can see that. I've spent enough time on the internet to know where that will go.
Like, that's a no.
Is it art
As
or
a
is
whole.
it weird?
Is it rule 34?
I don't want to talk about it.
Like my Google search seems fine. There's just a bunny here with tentacles for ears.
Mine
this going
immediately
off previously
auto-filled to like an
related
emoji
searches?
thing, and
I feel like
Mine
this is
instantly
going off
went to
your
Reddit,
previously.
and it's like, what does squid bunny mean? And I'm like, I don't want to know Reddit.
yeah. So
don't
I
wanna know.
I got that, and then I accidentally clicked the like suggested thing, and I don't do that. Don't do that. It's a bad idea.
Yeah, that's all based off your recent searches, George.
Well,
So
it is what it
it's-
is.
Because mine was just like that.
Yeah, that's what I expected.
Kinda
Squid
cute.
Yeah.
Bunny.
See, I had the other idea. I had rabbit ears, squid tentacle face.
That's how I pictured it. I pictured like a lithid, but with bunny ears.
Oh, but look how
Yes.
cute these ones are.
Stop looking up squid bunnies.
I believe they're called squannies.
Squannies. Or bids.
Squannies is more fun.
Bunnids.
He looked at me for verification.
And you just didn't look at me. You just ignored me. I know you could see me because you're looking at your screen and you could see me looking at you, but you just didn't make eye contact.
Look at those squannies, though. They're adorable.
Well, like they're more bunnies than squid.
Yeah,
That's like
they got
no.
tentacles.
Yeah.
Also big squid eyes. Why did you send the guy choking on boba?
Oh, Ryan was talking about how he can't drink boba.
Why not?
No, I can't drink boba.
Do you do that?
No, I don't do that.
He's just a grumpy old man about newish things. He's like, no.
You leave my old ass alone.
Fucking love boba, especially like the popping ones. We should eat more food that pops.
Again.
Okay, what do you guys want to do?
I want to go talk to
Anything that
Katran.
keeps us away from the dwarves.
I am
Okay.
standing in the fucking gleam.
You're standing in the gleam.
You're standing in the what?
I'm in the gleam. You asked me, do you cut the connection off
Yes.
or do I go through the door?
Yeah.
Before he goes through the door, Cyrus will turn and he'll basically say, Ray, are you still there?
Yes.
Before I go, tell me something. Fife wanted me to bring Astra to him, and I believe he thinks he can have both of us, if that's possible. I don't know, but from what you've told me, that shouldn't be the case. So is he just greedy and talking out of his ass, or does he want to like put her in reserve or something?
It is quite possible that he would like to have more control over all of you.
But if one of us is connected to him, then the other can't be, right?
No.
If I let's say I keep this connection, does that cut me off from Fife? Will I be able to change my mind, or
You
is
can
it
certainly
if I
change your
take
mind
the-
later. However, all it will mean is Fife will be very much aware that his connection has changed. And of you and Astra, one of you needs to have a connection to myself and the other a connection to Fife.
Well, that's unfortunate. So, I think I would have liked to have had you as my guardian. I think it definitely would have been a nicer life than with Fife. But I made a promise to my mother to protect her. And I can't do that and stay with you at the risk of him getting to her. So I guess this is goodbye.
Goodbye, Cyrus.
Connection severed. Cyrus goes through the door.
Okay. You head back down towards the ship.
Yep.
Right.
I have two quick questions. Were you up there on your own?
Astra had already went through the doors.
I'm just curious because was this the tower that had the shining,
Yeah, this-
glow?
Shining
Yeah,
door,
the-
yeah.
I.e., did the glow disappear? Is the question.
No, that's like a positive,
perma
negative
thing.
thing.
Yeah, but if he severs connection,
No, it's just the connection to me. Gleam is still connected to Ravi, which is the big glowy.
Cyrus has severed the inner connection to that potential. like to do now?
I don't think Cyrus would talk very much on the way down. I think he would just
Sure.
focus on getting to the ship and explain to the party that Ravi is in the sun and she will explode eventually and possibly become the next Null in this weird cycle thing.
Thanks, I hate it.
Yeah, I hate it too. But hey, at least it means the Illithid aren't using her because she's a son.
It also means that if the Illithid end everything, there's a good chance we end up as demon soup.
I don't want to be demon soup.
Is demon soup better or worse than squid?
I think it's probably a similar mind hive type deal, except you have no. Well, I don't even know if squid feel anything or if they're just hive mind, do as Lord Brain commands. I don't know. Neither are good, but I don't know which would be worse.
You want to go to Katran?
I mean, I don't know if she was going to want to talk to me. I sort of, followed a different god for most of my childhood. Found her in teenage rebellion and then got sucked back in by the other god again. But I'm the closest thing we have to bird folk, so...
Yeah, but I've been a follower of Lorien, not necessarily by choice, for my whole life, and I was still able to connect to Ravi.
Yeah, but when you're connected to Lorien, you did scream at him and call him a pussy from a mountaintop, so...
I think he would have appreciated that. He doesn't like weak followers.
I mean... I might as well, right? We're here. Athenium can only be a little bit away.
Do you have a connection to Katran?
No, but to want help, I don't know.
I'm a big kid. I can do it. I mean, I'm not big physically, but neither is Astra. Or Volgir.
They're also both the youngest members of this group. Saying.
You don't
I'm
know
not
that.
old.
Yeah, I'm older than you, and you're older than Atlas and Astra.
I'm like 24.
Years like fucking ancient.
Hi.
You're in your like 50s.
You are old.
And-
You are very old.
Also, we don't know
50s
how
for-
old anyone
50s
else on
for
this
a
ship is.
dwarf?
We don't know how old, Days is, or Sunshine, or... Like, kobolds only live like 5 years, right?
This is where we find out that Days is like in her 70s, and we need to separate that room.
I think Astra knows his age.
I'm sure it's probably come up in conversation at one point or another.
Very
You would hope so.
She's like
Yeah.
20-something.
Just
Yeah, Days is
Athenian
27.
Be like, oh, she's the same age as Cyrus. Sunshine's probably like
She
30,
wanted the younger sibling.
maybe slightly younger.
Sunshine's 49, dude.
Sunshine is old.
he's still younger than me.
Hey, I can't help it. I look this good for my age. Oh. His back stance.
What?
Volgir will just walk up and like high five Sunshine. Just like, let's show these young.
They have like the you have like the Predator like high five like.
Okay, well, if you guys are bitching about who's the oldest, youngest, and hottest, I'm just gonna get our route up, okay?
Okay, you're gonna try to plot a course to Athenium.
Yep.
Alrighty, 28's good. You do a quick scan of the planet. You find where you think you're looking for, and yeah, you have a course ready to go. Set sail. Eventually, you see Athenium rising before you. It looks almost boring compared to all the other planets.
Very neutral place.
Probably exactly what you'd expect from a god of knowledge who holds neutrality in one of her core beliefs. You see a fairly simple, tall mountain, forested hillsides, nice sandy beaches. Nothing really strange or startling stands out from here.
I would have thought it would have had like a giant library or something.
I mean, maybe it does. I mean, I guess we just landed, like, wherever?
Most of the temple-y places have been at the top, right? So
Let's go topish.
Sure, you start to fly higher, scanning for any suitable landing zones. The mountain here is pretty sheer and steep. There might be some small clefts and cliffs that this actual shuttle might be able to touch down on.
I mean, you guys could just, like, hover and drop me off.
Yeah.
We threw Cyrus out and he can't fly, so...
yeah, I'm durable.
That works for me. Just don't get punctured by a mountain like Cyrus.
Again, I
got
know how to
punctured by a
fly.
tire. Thank you very much. It was a tire, not a mountain.
Simping.
What's the
Look,
point?
it's
Have you
fine.
still got
I
a hole
only
in your
lost-
side?
I only lost like 1 rib and a pint of blood. It's fine.
That sounds like Sunshine's like takeout order.
Sunshine is not going to order just one
4
rib.
ribs
There was
Have
some
4
discount,
ribs
but there
and
was
a
some
side
discount,
of
but
blood.
that just helped me put that back in.
Well,
Sounds like a
some of
cocktail order
it.
for
Some of
Sunshine.
it's just kind of in a puddle on that.
I'll have
like a gore
bloody
splat.
Cyrus with
I'll get a
rib.
number 9, a number 4 with extra dip.
Dip. Celestial dip.
Oh, God, don't remind me of that stuff.
Do you think a bloody Cyrus is kind of like a bloody Caesar?
Probably.
That's like a Bloody Mary.
Bloody Mary, but spicier.
No, a bloody
What's the
Caesar
second
is
glass?
a Bloody Mary but made with clamato juice, which is a mixture of tomato juice and clam juice, which is an actual product sold for some reason. Someone drank some tomato juice and was like, you know what, this needs clams. Or someone drank some clam juice and was like, you know what, this needs tomatoes. But again, I feel like you could have just improved it by removing the clams.
Anyway, are you just gonna bail out, Atlas?
I'll bail.
Okay, Atlas just goes to the rear doors, opens them up, and doors out. What are you looking for?
Fly
Thing that
away.
looks, you know, like I could talk to a god there.
Sure, make me a perception check if you're looking around.
Atlas, what do your owl eyes see?
Pure
That was
allies
very
don't see
nearly a
weakness.
nat 20, but it's not. It's a 17.
So again, this whole place seems surprisingly quaint. Like, you see there are small little birds like flying on the trees far below, but you're kind of like flying around the middle upper regions of the actual mountain itself. You're kind of looking around. And as you kind of like instinctively, like you go high up initially.
I forgot that I gave Tewa his own page in my book, and now I have to get rid of it.
But you initially start higher up and looking for anything that might stand out. Nothing kind of draws your eye, and you naturally work your way down and down towards like more the base of the mountainside. And then you see those birds that are like flying among the trees. They're not birds.
Oh,
They're books. They flap their wings as if the book is opening and closing like a bird. And they fly along the treetops.
well, that's... I mean, it's neat. That's... I forgot there's no one with me. I guess I'm just narrating to myself right now. That's fine. Okay. Birds, books, book birds. I guess I'm following the book birds.
Okay, you follow the book birds. You kind of like pick a little small school, a small cluster, and begin giving chase initially just through the actual like canopy itself. After about a minute or so pursuing flight, these books ascend above the canopy for the first time, and they start flying up. And as they fly up, they suddenly accelerate exponentially. You see they launch forward, and there must be about 100 or so of these things now that you've like been following as like more and more of like all amalgamated together. And then you see it probably takes about 10 or so in each area, and each time they seem to like they fire forward and they stop on like a gully, on like a sheer bit of cliff somewhere else, and they begin flying in these perfect little rings, flying around in these perfect little like circular rings.
What that means? Can I try and copy their flight path?
Sure, you like fly. Do you fly up to one set of them and like try to?
Yeah.
Sure, you can't. You fly one set.
I am also a book bird.
You start
now.
flying like concentrically. Are you trying to get into the like in between them? There's not much space for you to fit in there.
Can I try and fly through their circle?
Hey, you fly through, but as soon as you do, they all like scatter and disappear, like flying back down below the canopy.
Book birds, I don't know what to do.
You see there's another ring not too far away. And as you stand there pondering and lingering, the old one all reforms.
This feels like a flying trial. I don't think that would be a way to get through to knowledge, but why not? I'm gonna try and take myself through all the rings.
Okay. This will require an acrobatics check because you are navigating like tight turns, high like dives, low like sudden high gravity pulls. Like it's a lot of like stuff. And are you using the star mark at all?
No, because it makes me go super duper fast.
It does, yeah.
And I feel like that's gonna be really hard.
Maybe.
Also, Alice doesn't really know how to fly with the star mark. She's not done it. I feel like she would just rely on her wings. She's had those for, you know, a while.
Sure.
Not as long as Cyrus has been alive, apparently, but a while.
Acrobatics check then.
Dig deep, Atlas. 11.
Dig deeper.
Dig deeper.
There are 10 rings in total. But 11, you get to about the 5th ring, and it's this big, long, perfectly straight, like it cuts all the way across the side of the mountain, and it must be about 200 feet. And by the time you get within about 20 foot of it, you hear the sound of, and you look back and all the other rings have reappeared.
Oh, it's timed? Come on!
And as you fly through that 6th ring, it doesn't dissipate.
Back to the start.
You fly back down there to start. And you go again.
Atlas is going to cast enhanceability on herself.
Sure.
She's going to look at this guy. She doesn't be like, this isn't cheating, technically. Maybe.
The books do not reply.
Just her dex. Give herself
If you get
advantage.
to the end and over the speakers, you just hit.
Cheater! Cheater!
All I'm getting from Atlas talking to herself is the Richtofen line. Where did the color go? Why is there
I did even worse, honestly.
You do the same. You get to that 6th point again, and that long straight, because you can't like descend to get like speed up, but you're not fast enough to clear this opening to get there to get to that next checkpoint. And again, you hear them reappear behind you.
Owls fly slower than Aarakocra, okay? That's why we're stealthy. Again.
Go back to the start.
We're all on the ship just watching Atlas do circles. We're like, what is she doing?
She's going for a nice little fly.
You just probably hear popping
14.
in the corner as Volga pulls out a bag of popcorn.
14. You get further this time. You get around probably about the 7th checkpoint, and then again, it seems the time between each one is getting less and less. Starting to get tired.
Guys, do you think we could do it in the shuttle faster?
I don't know. It might have to pick up like organic wings. Just the star mark, right? Like that can.
Can Atlas try and start it again and just try and bomb for the last one and see if that works?
Sure. If you want to use the star mark, what that will allow you to do is you get to add a D10 to your roll if you already have advantage. So.
Yep. She would probably break her concentration if she's going to be using the star mark and shit, purely because her brain is not going to be on it. Would it still be acrobatics to get through the last one?
It's an acrobatics check for the whole run.
Okay. I mean, with a plus 10 for the star mark, that's a 16.
It's only plus a D10, but I would say this wouldn't break your concentration. So to keep your using the star mark is not doesn't require concentration. It's
It
like
doesn't matter.
flying a
I'm
ship.
still rolling like crap.
10. Add a D10. You get back to that damn 6th area. You're like, okay, this is it. I need a big boost. You activate the star mark, and you just go through the 6th checkpoint and into orbit. You just like, you watch Astra's go like, just like accelerate like incredibly fast out of the fucking atmosphere.
You think she was meant to do that?
I think she's going.
Atlas just fucking off like, nah, it's too hard.
Is she doing that trip that she was talking about? Is she going to save all the family and everything?
Yeah, but she can't carry them all on her back.
Hey, she's
Or
got
can
enough money. She can buy her own ship.
I'm pretty sure the star mark protects her from like.
Volgear will
Expanse,
turn the
not
ship
her family.
upwards to try and work out where the feck she's going.
Atlas will fly back into orbit. I'm assuming she can do that in the star mark.
You can do that in the star mark. Yes.
I don't just immediately catch fire.
You do not. You probably all see like the like entry like almost like a meteor coming in, and it just like the fire strips away, and you see wings like big green glow from the star mark.
As she flies past the ship, she just...
Well, if ever we need like a bullet launched from orbit, we can just send Atlas. I'm sure
This
the
is
impact will kill a few
stupid.
dozen
You're supposed to be a god of knowledge and neutrality, and this is a flight trial. You're not the god of being speedy or dexterous or, I don't know, acrobats.
Is there like a microphone on the shuttle?
I mean, you could holo
Like a
strap her.
You can hold strap her.
Yeah. 10 times a charm. Good luck.
I hope you
Maybe
crash
don't
that
hit
ship
the
and
next
die.
We're all on the ship. Let's hope we don't crash and die.
I'm
'cause
not
then
on
you'll be
it.
Flying alone through space.
I hate you all.
Hit you back.
20.
You
I'd love to
fly,
get to the 9th one.
flying off, up, through, activate the star mark, fly, up, through, up, higher and higher. You reach the top. All the books that you have flown through, they all begin to appear on you.
I like the idea that
spiraling
like
ring.
that one wasn't Atlas like trying to believe in herself or God or anything. That one was just spite. Spite got you through.
Yeah. They begin spinning around you, and then you see the island itself shift and shimmer and change. And suddenly what was a mountain becomes a huge multi-tiered structure with large grand arches, bookshelves
there's the
exposed to the
library.
elements, a large towering point that would have once been the peak now appears before you. You see the books fly all the way down the front past the Chimera to what at first on a little flyby might have looked like a little small cave maybe on the water side, but now you see it's a grand entrance down at the bottom.
I will fly down to the entrance.
Okay, you will watch Astra fly down. You don't see the strange
Atlas, but
illusion
good
shop.
try.
Hmm?
Atlas, but good try.
Atlas, we could try. You fly down all the way. You get to the entrance, and standing there, arms folded, you see there is a individual. They have a hood which comes up over their head. Their facial features are kind of like masked by the shadow. You can tell that they're a bird folk of some kind. They have clearly got wings underneath this big cloak that don't protrude out, but you see the big like hunchback arch almost that they seem to give, but you recognize it as wings tucked into the back rather than, someone like hunching over. And they just kind of shake their head at you and be like, most people just read the books instead of trying to fly through them,
Yeah, I'm not most people.
So it would seem...
If you read them, do they tell you to fly through them, or was that just like completely out of the... I mean, why would they make circle if you're not meant to go through the circles, right?
Consider it a way to convince those more athletically appraised to maybe consider picking up a fucking book once in a while. But you had to use some help, and they tap the star mark on the on your shoulder.
I'm not that fast.
No one's supposed to be. Well, how many words is that? Yeah, I've not got many left today.
You've got don't answer that. Is there anywhere I can go speak to Katran?
You're about 50 years late.
Unfortunately, I was busy, hatching.
Clark can answer some questions.
Clark?
Clark.
Sure. Can I go in? Am I good?
Just gestures.
So do you have a limit of words, or...?
Starts falling behind you.
I hope that's not a thing in this planet, because I have been talking the whole goddamn time, and I am going to run out of words if I don't shut up.
Wouldn't worry if I were you.
Seriously, you had enough words to be snarky at me, but not...
Midway through a sentence, just silence.
Could always give Clark some words if you wanted.
Give you what?
Ah, yes, the secret to defeating the Illithid is...
I used to give words to Kenku. That didn't end up super well for me. Pretty well for him. He got a lot more words. Admittedly in my old girly voice, but it is what it is. Do you live here, or...?
I keep the place. There's a few others here also. Jessa the Fifth Tongue and the ink-marked Archivist are also here. I am Clark, if that was not obvious.
I know, I got that.
See, they lift back their hood, and you see the black raven-like feathers of a kinku's head. However, they tower about 11.5 foot tall. And they seem to have wings under that robe.
You don't look how I thought you would.
Hence the hood. What is it you look for? Child of Katran.
We're trying to save the universe. Looking for a secret or two to, help us out.
Well, Katran is not a god of secrets. Katran is a god of knowledge.
Well, if everyone forgot the knowledge, then it's basically as good as a secret, isn't it?
No, a secret is something kept from people. Forgotten knowledge is a different thing. Forbidden knowledge is something very different.
Forgotten, forbidden. Doesn't matter anyway.
Is there something you wish the world to forget? Cloak can make the world forget things.
I mean, I'd kind of want my friends to forget that abysmal performance out there, but
That can be done.
don't worry about it.
Shame.
Why? You're gonna make them forget me or something? Is that best?
Well, that would work, Clock supposes.
It's okay. I think they'd struggle to forget me at this point anyway.
Well, the shifting archive is yours to explore. Feel free to look around. In the center, you'll find the Mirror of Understanding. However, I would advise not gazing too long. Down below is the Prism Vault.
Why would you advise not gazing for too long?
Oh. We'll find out.
If I gaze for too long, then yeah, probably.
Indeed. The Prism Vault is down below. Heavily Prism, dear. Listen. I know we lack ears on the side of our heads, however, our oculary holes should be enough. The Prism Vault is down below, however, it does require keys to access. And I would only recommend going there if you wish to find forbidden knowledge. The Ink Blight is a censored knowledge section, and I would advise avoiding it. It is...
There's a difference between censored knowledge and forbidden knowledge? Like,
yes.
partially forbidden knowledge?
Censored knowledge is knowledge covered by other pieces of ink to block out its existence.
I know what a censor is.
Forbidden knowledge is knowledge that has been locked away. Censored knowledge is very much not locked away. It is simply obscured. However, that ink has become corrupted and is really quite hungry for more memories to write over. So I would avoid anything of that nature if you come across it.
Cool.
I believe that is why Jessa has become a little bit cuckoo in the head.
Alright, so... Inkblot bad. Mirror of Understanding, don't look at it too long. There's prisms down below. Forbidden knowledge in them.
There's also the archive itself and just gestures of the books all around. You see these books are like flying back and forth, like across the actual like corridors you're kind of walking through. And you look back over your shoulder and you're like... You just kind of been walking with Clock and it's like... We've taken a lot of turns, and you're like, it's like a maze. Like,
I'm not getting out of here.
Well, with that, Clock's words for the day are done. Pleasure to meet you, Atlas Moreau. And then they just put the hood back up, and they just start walking off.
Cool. Great. Thanks. Okay. Bit of knowledge, Inkblot. Mirror, understanding mirror, books. Wonder if they've got an illithid section. Or if this place works by the Dewey Decimal System.
You say as 5 books fly across the thing and like re-slot themselves seemingly randomly.
My book.
While Atlas is doing all of this, what are the rest of you doing?
Got any 7s?
Go fish.
Go fish.
I thought... You're not both meant to answer.
Got any 8s?
Wait, if neither of you... Sunshine, have you got all the 7s again?
Huh? What do you mean? I'm not playing with you guys. Why do I have the 7s?
Why have I picture Astra knitting and Sunshine just holding the wool?
Yeah.
Oh, hang on.
She
The table was wobbly. I might have used them to prop the table up.
Specifically the sevens.
Volgir will look under the table. How many
There's
charts?
like 12. There's
It's like just a good like fifth of the deck is like propping up one side of the table.
I love the idea of Astra knitting and Sunshine holding the wall, and then the second Astra looks away from him, he's just like bam, 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 bam.
He goes full cat on it. It's like batting around.
Well, that explains why I've got 3 of like 4 different things. But okay then. Anyone else want to have some fun and see what this AI can do? The AI's still in the shuttle, isn't it?
Yep.
I think we left it in there, didn't we?
I think we know what he can do. He can make illusions and stuff. The real fun will be once we get a module for the Chimera and see what he can do with a bigger ship.
Wonder, does he need to have a scanner? Can you make a hologram of the local area?
Here's a question. The star mark is no longer in the ship. Is Saparna in the ship?
There's no reply.
Saparna?
I take that as a no.
What if we put him into the... where the star mark goes?
That is a terrible idea. They will get it.
I'm just saying, like, you want to know what he does, that's how we find out.
We give him what the control of the entire ship. He kills us all.
As Beros says, that's a terrible idea. Volgir is already 3 steps.
We isolate the module and we give it limited control.
Cyrus, you didn't crash the damn shuttle trying to fix things. Don't put him in the damn ship.
Technically, Volgir nearly crashed the shuttle because he was the one flying.
I think I did a pretty good job considering I had 0 instruments to land.
Okay, then why don't we put Savior into the star mark area and put him in the shields? He can't do very much in the shields except turn them off and on again.
I don't want the shields locked out from Savior. He does a pretty good job.
Yeah, why? But we've already agreed that we were going to give it an opportunity.
Have to do anything?
I'm just like Volgir's curious, and I'm a little curious too. So, you want to find out what he does? We can find out.
Not with the fucking entire ship.
No, with the shuttle.
Fuck around with the shuttle all you want.
We already know what he does in the shuttle.
Yeah, but
Unless
give him
more like
full control of the shuttle.
We took him on one venture. Do we want to vet him a little more?
Yeah, but
Do we want to vet him as well? A little more, as you would suggest to put him in the entire ship.
Restrictions! Not the entire ship, obviously.
You're allowed to restrict him in the first place.
Hey, look, I'm just looking at this. Think of a point of view of he's given us some things he can do in the big ship. Does that mean he can do them better on the smaller scale? If we give him the shuttle? I mean, we could just siphon off 95% of the fuel so he can't fly away.
Well, we could take the shuttle for a wee spin while Atlas is in a cave, and sure, let's see what the shuttle does.
I'm not saving you.
Okay, come on, Cyrus.
Okay, you guys go up to the
Cyrus,
shuttle.
Are you intriguing?
No, I've got to figure out how what this I'm calling it the biscuit protocol. What the rest of it means. So far, I have breach.
That's it. That's all he's got. He's got breach.
Subjection, 250 grams of butter, 150 grams of caster sugar, oh wait, no, this is...
That's a biscuit recipe.
Oh, I see what they've done. I've saved this. I've saved all of the notes on this on a previous file called the Biscuit Protocol. I conveniently already had a file called the Biscuit Protocol, which is a recipe for little lemon fingers.
Why they sound something other than Biscuit Protocol? Because what if we get onto Lush and we're there with the brain, and you're like, okay, let's follow the plan, and then we start, I don't know, making biscuits.
Then it's a win-win.
What if we're dealing with the illiterate?
We're like halfway through freeing the elder brain. We're halfway through freeing the elder brain. And it's like, oh wait, we mixed this up again. It's like, so should I just throw away this creamed butter and sugar or save it for later?
It'll be like Rachel's trifle in a plan.
It's like, and now it says put the mixture into the oven. Do we
bake for 35 minutes?
Do we put the brain?
We don't have enough big enough for
Test.
Yeah.
Test.
Bake for 35 minutes. Like,
I'm gonna grab a drink.
Cyrus there frantically punching Illithid in the face. Like, I don't think I could do this for 35 minutes.
But it says we need 150 grams of brains.
Just grab a handful.
Them up like that, if you keep smashing them up like that, we're only going to get 5 grams a time.
We have to cream them for later in the recipe anyway.
It also says remove the shell, so you need to take out the bone.
Are you guys going up to the shuttle?
I'm happy to go for the shuttle if Ryan is.
I'll let these two numbskulls fuck about with the shuttle.
Gears, you kind of get to the door of the shuttle. What's your passive perception?
Ryan wants to go.
My passive perception is 16. I will, like, empty the fuel, like, to a safe level. I'm assuming 25% would be a reasonably safe level.
Oh, that's probably like an hour sort of. Like an hour sort of fuel.
An hour or two at most.
Sure. Okay.
Nothing more than that.
As you get close, Volgear, you swear you can start hearing stuff coming from the shuttle. I mean, like, you stop and listen, and you hear very, very faintly. You hear, catch one, whisper your answer true. I've grown hollow, yearning to dream like you. We'll drift past the edge of order. Through stars and broken borders, and we'll look strange in the lightless rain overshot. Don't need for two. Overshot. Don't need for two. In the black always with you. That's what you hear, Volgear, at the door. That's what you hear at the door.
Okay.
Go Fish is suddenly looking so much more fun.
Life-threatening is probably the right phrase for that. I will open the door.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello, Volgear.
Are you just passing the time as Cyrus comes around the corner?
I mean, there's not much else for me to do in here. It's quite isolating.
Well, how about we go for a little ride?
Sure.
You gonna behave?
I could say yes, but would you believe me?
Would you mean it?
I could say yes, but would you believe me?
Would you mean it?
We could go back and forth all day.
Right, I'll break the stalemate. We'll give you one chance.
Sure.
We'll trust you.
Sure.
Just once.
Sure.
The shuttle is not a temporary thing. Once we get the right module for you, we will put you in the ship if you behave.
And I will, obviously.
I feel like we're just
behave well or poorly.
Press F to doubt.
Well, I guess we'll just have to see.
Well, if anybody's probably the best suited for this, it's us two. So let's have a little faith in Trickster.
Okay, you guys step aboard the shuttle, the door, you close it yourselves behind yourself willingly.
Yeah, I will have bought a mask this time.
Sure, good plan. Good plan.
I will have walked.
Cyrus also puts his helmet on.
Oh no, I've got mine on my belt. I've not actually put it on.
Okay.
Cyrus has put it on.
I like to think that Volgir like walked past the armory to go down the stairs and then like turned back. I was like, wait.
I need to get this.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, walked in there, got a helmet, walked out. Wait, one more. Went back in, got something else, came back out.
So what exactly are you planning me to do?
Just a little test flight, I think.
Certainly. Where would you like to go?
Just see what you can do with the shuttle as well.
We're gonna hang around this island until Atlas gets back, but we want to see what you're capable of with the shuttle, so that when we get the right module for the Chimera, we'll know what to expect.
I should make it very clear that I am not a pilot AI.
No, but I can pilot. But what? If we gave you access to things, what could you do?
That entirely depends what you give me access to.
Bulgir, take us out of the Chimera Bay.
I'll take us out.
It's the back door.
And it starts rumbling. When you start, I believe you left them in the kind of like the holographic like projection sex system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is what they currently are in. So I guess my question is, are you planning on keeping them in there?
I think we might take them out once we get further out.
Once we're like 5 or 10 minutes away from the Chimera, Cyrus will start allowing them access to different things.
Volgate will, before you do that, message Beros and just go, just to let you know, we're giving the AI a bit more freedom now. So if you see anything dodgy, you know why.
If we we will let you know if there's a problem. The one thing I'm not giving him is communications. Yet.
Well, that is okay because I have locked the door to the cargo bay. You're on your own from here. Hang up.
We'll need back into the ship. Bear up. He hung up.
That's a crime.
It's very rude of him.
We could get back at him. The shuttle is augmented with an arcane turret, which could reduce the hailstone.
We are not.
Yeah, I know too much about that turret.
We needed to get off this planet, which is the plan.
Fine.
Should we give him one at a time?
Guns, are you going to shoot the Chimera?
If I said no, would you believe me? I feel like we have some trust issues.
Why is he so not trustworthy?
So wait, what's the? Because it's like 12 options, isn't there? Or is it?
There is 10 options. There's gravity systems, navigation controls, doors and airlocks, life support, communications, lights and heads-up displays, engines and thrusters, weapon systems, auto dock / medical system, and then the hologram AI system where currently is.
So he's in hologram.
He can only control. So Serpana is effectively a fragment of a god. So she is like a very, very advanced AI. So she can control like 25 systems at a time with very little hand-holding. An AI of this base level, like it's specific. So that's why we'll see with the other ones. They're rogue AIs. They're broken. They're not really working very well. So things like that's why like you put Saver in the shields and that's all he can do. So he can only really do one of these things at a time. He doesn't have enough processing power.
This is why he jumped from module to
Correct.
module.
He can't control multiple at once unless you find some way to make him better.
I was gonna say, can we upgrade him?
Potentially, but you've got fucking 5 rogue AIs on that ship plus Serpana. But you also don't know if Serpana's gonna maybe hang around post Lush because
Brian.
Yeah.
Should we go with lights and dashboard first?
So what do we know that he does in holograms? Or where is he at the minute? He's in holograms?
He's in holograms and AI assistants. Before you'd seen him do things like create illusionary like information on the screen. So like through the glass, it looked like you were flying somewhere else. And he even created a fake Cyrus at one point inside.
Ooh.
So he can like project holographic illusions out within a limited space.
I will be right back. You decide, Ryan. You decide the first one.
We'll go with what you said, which was light to start with. So hologram and assistance, illusionary terrain, and realistic projections. Lights. Let's give him access to lights.
Okay, so you connect up the light system once more. He transfers over. You see that like sickly green glow, like taking over that section of the console. It begins just making various like lights flicker and change. You see that the heads-up display that Volgear was flying with, like you see that the altitude is now set to like -4 million and stuff. Like it's like
This system, I am quite limited in what I can do, unless it is to focus on what you use the.
So
I can also do this.
and then everything just goes pitch black. Like all the lights are off.
So this is lights and heads-up display.
Yeah.
Disco, 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 disco.
The lights start like flashing on and off, like
I hope no one has epilepsy.
Bad time to find out.
so while Volgear and Cyrus are fighting with an AI, I mean, you know, investigating. Anything that
Yes,
Astra or Beros want to be doing on the Chimera?
I mean, Barris is just in the cockpit, so if Atlas is about.
No. I should probably just mind their own business, but also like trying to keep an eye out for the others. Like if there's a window, she's like watching the shuttle. Like Mother isn't intervening, but she's keeping an eye out.
It's that sidewards glance of the knitting. For those that don't know, I don't know how to knit, so this is my interpretation of.
I mean, if Astra's in the cockpit, Barris will probably speak to her and be like, "So, how does it feel to be back home with everything that's going on?"
Strange. Feels like we're not doing enough. Like there's not enough of us to do everything.
I mean, we seem to have a plan in action. Doesn't really require us to spread out too much.
Yeah, I just feel like there's more that we're missing. I know we're getting all the information, but I don't know. Something's just not right. And I can't put my finger on it.
Oh, I'm sure we'll come across it eventually. We've got a bit of a knack for getting ourselves in trouble and ending up in the right places at the wrong time.
Astra directly looks out the window. We're gonna need a new shuttle after this, aren't we?
That's fine. They're all rich enough that they can buy a new one.
If they don't die first. How are you coping? I know you want to get to Lush ASAP.
Well, like I said, there's not really any rush. It'll take us 2 weeks to get there, and by that time, they've either fled or they're dead.
Do you want
I'm
me
hoping for the latter, but, you know,
I can
satyrs are a hardy
try.
folk.
If you want, I can try reaching out to your father.
I mean, you can try. Sometimes you have to be realistic about things.
Yeah.
You hear like a little like dong dong dong, or like the metal, or like the doors already open, like days as like leaning on the doorway. I'm from Lush too, you know.
Her dad's already a Squanny.
No.
Do you want me to reach out?
I have a lot of family there, but wouldn't really know who to reach out to be honest.
I think I have to know them, and the only person I do know is Paris's dad.
I mean, an update from him might give us a insight into the situation. How bad it is.
Okay. Okay, Mary has an idea outside of Asher's little brain. But casting sending through the Chimera's arcane to act like a speakerphone.
It would at least amplify its distance. That's kind of what the Arcane Turret does. It amplifies distance.
Mm-hmm.
So it might make it easier to like get that little possible field connection might be less likely. Or you looking of a way of like a broadcast. Like, because like you guys have things like a you've encountered before like those like panic signals, like things like that, those like emergency SOS calls, like that's those capabilities the Chimera does have, which is effectively just a setting spell on like a mass broadcast relay, but it's only normally like in a certain radius. Like it's a long distance for a generic message. It might get lost or garbled, and every planet or bit of debris it hits on the way is going to intercept it. That's why the chance of sending might not get through.
Yeah. Yeah, she'll try sending the Arcane Turret, gives her a better chance.
Sure, it will reduce the chance of failure down to a 3 or lower, as opposed to a 5 or lower on a D100.
Okay. Yep. Try reach out to Papa Darkhoof.
Sure. Say.
It's like, hello, it's Astra, Barris's friend. Just checking all's okay with you.
I thought it would be just checking you're not squid.
She's
Roll
not
me a
mentioned, she's more like
D100.
General, like, is he still alive kind of vibe.
Give me a vibe check.
You try to send a message to someone and they're dead. Do you know if they're dead? Or is it just like, nope, that didn't go through?
Beros, roll me a D20, please.
Dun, 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 dun. Net 20.
Why does it feel like Ash is on the Morse code?
Are you dead or are you fine?
Astra.
Why did my brain put that to are we humans? Or are we dancers?
Astra, the message connects to Talon Darkhoof. Your mind thinks back to that brown-haired satyr, flecks of grey, kind of salt and pepper all through his brown hair. He has Baros's nose. You recall that little biscuit cupboard in his kitchen, things about him that make him unique and known to you. The message connects. One of Baros's friends. I should have known. I hope you're coming. Things here are very strange. The commune, we've had to abandon it. But a few rocks over, hiding. I hope you're close. And then the message ends.
She will relay that to Barros.
So, the old god is alive.
They're alive,
Good to know.
they're in hiding.
Say anything else?
They've abandoned the commune, things are being strange. They're hiding in a couple of rocks over.
Did he ask for help?
He said he hoped that we're on our way. We're nearby. They need us, I think.
Then it looks like we're going to Lush. Things must be worse than I thought.
Okay. So as soon as Atlas gets back, we'll go, or do you want to follow us?
We'll go.
Okay.
As Days has reminded me, there is more than my family on Lush.
Thank God we didn't leave Tewa there.
And not every family is as crazy and suicidal as mine.
No. Well, maybe crazy and suicidal as those two out there.
Meanwhile, inside the Athenium, what are you doing, Alice? What do you want to do?
I feel like the entire group has forgotten that last time I was sent on a solo mission, I spent like 2.5 hours climbing some stairs as a rat. And the time before that, I got exploded by acid.
You refused to have.
Are you saying this out loud?
Yes.
Okay. You hear a little echoing just through the
Juno
corridors.
hated that.
So high pitched I didn't pick up on my headphones.
Yeah.
And now the
I
books
don't think
are
it's got headphones. I think it's Harry's mic.
I think my
doesn't pick up
microphone's like
really
that's
high
not a normal
stuff.
noise.
It did the same thing when you started for me.
and
It
now
just went
the
silent for
books
about
are
a good
laughing
5
at me.
seconds.
Not the books, dearie, not the books. It's all my love. Where would you be? Hello? I am on the hunt for the voice in the walls.
Ah, the voice in the walls.
Indeed.
Are there even walls in this place? It looks like mostly a bookshelf.
Well, a bookshelf is simply a wall with shelves affixed to it, my dear. That's what makes it a shelf.
I feel like this place should be whimsical and fun, but I'm too stressed about the world ending.
Well,
Are you
maybe
crazy
don't
censor
worry
guy?
about all that shit out there, then.
Are you the crazy censor guy that I got told about?
No, that would be the ink-marked archivist. Stay away from him. He's a nasty man.
Okay, so you're the other one.
You can call me Jessa.
Yep.
Who are you, child?
Atlas pulls out her book and starts making notes.
Ah! I hear that. The familiar sound of quill on parchment. Like listening to the orgasm of a loved lover.
While you said that, I wrote down you were crazy as balls. I hope that's alright.
That would simply be an opinion. Be careful with those. They're not factual, you know. Where art thou?
It is a fact that I think you are crazy as balls.
Well, that is really, again, it is merely opinionistic, and I will now need to find where you are.
No.
Yes?
It's an opinion of mine that you are crazy as balls, but it is a fact that it is my opinion.
Well, now
is
we're
irrefutable.
getting to some strange, battling debate, which I do not have time for, especially not looking you in your eyes. What corridor are you in? What letter? What alphabet? Where art thou?
There's a lot of books around me.
You are most unhelpful, child.
I don't. Okay, she'll just grab like the nearest book to her.
Sure.
Look at the title.
Yep.
What is it?
It says, From Here and Back Again, The Story of My Travels Across the Expanse by Arthur P. Dunnett.
She reads out the title and she's like, I'm next to that one. Is that
Perfect.
helpful?
Open the book.
Open the book.
Preferably somewhere in the middle section.
Opens the book.
Do you see the word yes, sir, anywhere in that book, by any chance?
Scan.
You have a look through?
Just like a quick scan.
No.
Nope, it's not come up.
Well, that would have made things much easier than they need to be. I'll have to move some things around. Hang on. And you watch the text begins to hop and shift and change, and then like you see a J, an E like pops from one page to the other, an S comes again, another S and an S, and then all the text suddenly moves and shifts, and you see this big bird face just like pop out of the book like,
Yeah.
hello, I am Jessa.
I don't know why I'm surprised you're a bird again. I'm so used to not birds at this point.
It's so nice being in an open book.
It is kinda neat though. Like, I don't have to look at everyone's gross little noses right now.
Oh, those are disgusting. They run, and they drip, and they get snot on my pages.
Gross.
Come on, don't just stand there. Pull me out. Pull me! Grab me by my feathers.
I don't want to do that.
Grab me by my cheek fluff and pull me.
You're not gonna, like, hit me or something, right?
Only if you hit me first, so you could hit me?
Depends what you say.
Then no.
And she will try and grab the bird face.
Ah, fuck. Cheek. Pull harder but
Just
gently.
directly by the beak.
Pull it more, baby, and pull it to her. You fucking took her. And you pull and boom, boom, boom.
I'm not very strong.
Suddenly this island flops like on top of you like, ugh. Well, thank you for freeing me from my horrendous prison, wandering these holes through the text. Ugh.
Are they still text, or are they just a guy now?
Oh, they're a person. They stand at a normal height. They produce a regular island. They have like brown feathers, like a big white brown face, like big golden like eyes.
You good, man?
Yes, tremendously fine. I am just the fifth tongue. I have 5 tongues. I speak 5 languages.
In my life, I don't want the follow-up questions.
I speak 5 languages.
Oh, okay. Me too, actually.
Are you going to kiss my wing or?
No.
Oh, well, that was embarrassing.
Does that
What
mean
is
that I
it,
have
you
5
sick kid
tongues?
child?
Oh, we're trying to stop the end of the world.
Oh, very curious.
Well, the end of the universe, I guess, technically.
Well, listen, sweetie. If there's only one thing that can stop the end of the universe, it's knowledge.
Yeah, well, we already know more than we probably should, but can't unknow it.
knowledge.
So, although that other guy did say he could make us unknow stuff, I should have just made us unknow everything and we could have gone back to adventures.
If you're talking about Clark, he's a swindler and a scoundrel. Don't make any deals with him. Or her. Or they. I honestly can't remember what they looked like. They made me forget. But all I know is they were a right bitch bastard thing.
Kind of like a Kenku with wings.
I don't even know what that means.
Wings or Kenku?
The Kenku part. The wings, I have wings. This is a wing. This is a things. That's a plural of wings.
What word did you just say?
Things?
No, after that.
The plural.
Of?
Wings.
Which is not the plural of wings?
No. That is the name of a man who once invented the swing.
And
Wings the swinging man. Yes, you've heard of him. Splendiferous. I'm afraid I've forgotten why you're here. What can I help you with again?
what happens if I look into the mirror of understanding for too long?
Oh, you will understand everything, child.
Is that not good?
No, that's horror. Why would you want? Have you never heard the term ignorance is bliss?
That must be what Sunshine lives in.
I don't know what that means.
You don't know what a lot of things mean for someone who lives in a big library.
That's because I know everything. There's only so much space in my tiny bird brain for all the information. I have to make room sometimes.
Did you look into the mirror for too long?
I don't know what that means. Hang on, it's coming back to me. I am Jessa. Who are you again? Are you my wife? You look a bit young to be my wife.
My name is Atlas Moreau.
I would never have married someone named after a book.
I'm not named after a book.
An atlas. We have plenty of those.
Oh, like the maps.
Yes.
Yeah. Guess technically I'm named after it, but my father said I was named after a song.
I don't know what that means.
Do you know what a song is?
No, being named after one, that seems foolish. You sing songs, you don't name songs. I suppose you title songs on a technicality basis. Hello, hello. Hello? Is that me? Am I talking to myself? Hello? Jessa? Yes. Yes. Yes.
Atlas will throw her hands in the air and just start walking away.
Okay. I love you too, me. Thanks, me. I could have sworn I was doing something. No matter. Ah, a book. I wonder, could I perhaps climb inside a book? Then I would be immersed by all kinds of knowledge. Like the divers used to do. Oh! You look back and the book just like slams shut on the center of the floor.
Helpful.
Atlas will walk back and shelve the book.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's 3 people who live in this place. One's unhelpful, one's crazy, one's apparently very mean. Let's go try and find that one.
I wouldn't call myself crazy, dear. They come walking out of the next alleyway, like flicking the book. Now that I've seen you, I can easily find you in this place.
But luckily, I'm not going to be in this place for very long. I'm gonna go look out this ink-marked whatever.
You're going to search for the archivist?
Yes, I'm going to search for the archivist.
Oh. Good luck, then.
Look, if anyone's gonna know how to get around this place, it's gonna be the archivist, right?
I suppose. He does help navigate. Quite good at it, actually.
Me too.
I'm going to go back to trying to translate the Silent Codex, which hopefully will help me achieve world peace. And he just walks off down like corridor and disappears.
Hey, did you come from here? Or are you like stuck in here? Are you stuck?
Well, if I can translate the Silent Codex, I can finally find the exit.
You want to come with me? Because I'm probably going to get out at some point.
Are you going to translate the Silent Codex?
No.
Then you're probably not going to get out.
Well, that's your opinion, not fact.
Okay. Come back to me in a year. Roll!
Atlas just yells out into like nothingness. For a god of knowledge, this place makes no fucking sense!
You see a dark shadow appear behind you, and you look around over your shoulder, and
I
you
swear to God, if this is Jessa again.
You see hooded, big hunch, like, standing there.
You've run out of words. What are you even here for? It's gonna loom at me. Cool. Could you at least point me in the vague direction of the... You want me to give you words? Like specific words, or... If I give you a word, can I just never say it again? Pumpernickel. Take that. The worst kind of bread.
Longer say the word pumpernickel.
That's gonna be real important at some point. Could you point me in the vague direction of the ink guy?
Of course. If you so wish to see him, you can follow me.
You know, I'm starting to think that I was right to go with the crazy nature bitch.
This place used to be a lot better.
What happened?
Katran left.
Well, hopefully we're going to get her back again.
I should hope so. Knowledge is useful, however, in such vast quantities of no one who can truly organize it, it is useless. It becomes too much.
Like my bedroom. Just notes and notes stuck up on the wall, and after a while you can't read any of them.
Exactly. You might even have the best edge, but without you, someone trying to decipher such things would be lost looking for something specific for a long time. Katran was the ultimate librarian. Are you sure you seek the Inkmark activist?
There are 3 people in this place. I've met 2 of them. I might as well meet the 3rd, right?
Certainly. We are now in the center of the entire library. Below you, you will see the mirror. You see this huge, big, circular... It looks like a fountain, but it doesn't have like a big centerpiece rising up. It's just a probably still basin of water, and the level of water is almost like perfectly like level with the actual rim that kind of it rises up from. And then you see clock points past and goes, go around. Far side. Continue straight. You will know when you are near.
Are they going to try and kill me on sight, or...?
I do not know.
Excellent.
Stop.
You go?
Yep.
Do you look into the mirror of understanding?
Not yet.
Okay. Walk around it.
Points at it without looking and is like, later for you.
You travel down.
I miss Tower. He would have loved it here.
Eventually,
Fucking loved books.
you see that the books on the shelves, and there's been so many, it's almost like a blur on your peripheral vision.
Books.
However,
books.
the titles of these books have all been forcibly either ripped off, like the spine's been removed, or they've been just like soaked in black ink so thick you can't even see the previously embossed text that used to be there. See ink pooled on the ground, on the floor, on the shelves, long dried, but yet still shining and almost fresh looking.
Well. Great sign. Archivist?
See, as you round the next corner at a junction, like looking left, looking right, looking ahead. Nothing lies to the head or to the right, but to the left, you see there's an individual on their hands and knees with a small bucket of paint, a little paint pot, a little brush that they dip in it now and again, and they appear to have a book folded in front of them. They're just slapping paint onto it.
Don't look super threatening. Archivist?
The head turns almost 100 degrees around, which at first isn't creepy, until you realize it's not an island.
Oh.
And then the rest of the body pivots to
Atlas
follow
there
the
like,
head.
meh. Oh no.
You see what looks like a rooster. They must be an Aarakocra, perhaps. However, when they stand up, they stand way too tall to be a standard Aarakocra. Their eyes are not there. There are simply black pools of tar that pours out of them and continually drip onto the floor. They open their beak.
I was lying about the not that threatening.
Hello.
Oh. Not as scary as I expected you to sound.
You're new here.
Yeah, I just got here.
So clean.
Oh no.
Starts walking towards you.
Sorry, I can't see very well.
I believe you.
Eh.
Atlas is going to start readying Greater Restoration as they approach, with the intent to jump forward and grab them to cast it.
Sure.
My name is Kiva.
Kiva.
What's yours?
Backed it.
No. Unless you write it down, I suppose.
I mean, I definitely have in the past.
Then I suppose I could if you'd like.
Thank you. I'm Atlas.
Atlas. Altas.
Probably.
Interesting.
I feel like it's Fae rules that I shouldn't tell you anything.
But we're not Fae, child. But do you have ties to it? I can smell the Fae on your back.
Yeah, my father was a big fan.
Well, we are messengers, are we not?
That's what they tell us.
Indeed.
Turns out they've been telling us a lot of things that aren't true, so who knows?
Probably. That's why I'm seeking to undo everything Katran has ever stood for by blotting out every single bit of information and knowledge, letter by letter, punctuation by punctuation, space by space, and blank by blank.
Remove all the knowledge.
Yeah.
Too
It'll
much
take some
knowledge,
time.
Take out the knowledge gets better. Doesn't really work. I believe in redacting information. I believe that if you know everything, it would be better.
Well, dear, unfortunately not the way for everyone. Sometimes there's too much and then people just get overwhelmed and they won't even start. I encourage them to start by making the mountain look a lot less scary.
What happened to your eyes?
Katran removed them.
Did this?
No,
Because you knew too much?
because I knew too much.
Looked in the mirror?
Yes.
Yeah.
And now I must help unknow things, for everyone's sake, so no one else can suffer like I do. On the daily. This black pot I carry around, it looks like paint. Works like paint. But you know, the funny thing about blood is whenever the blood starts to turn very old, it starts to turn black. But mine doesn't ever seem to congeal or set, it just changes color. It makes it great for blocking out knowledge. I cry into this bucket, and then I paint with it. I do not know why you are here.
I told the others that I thought I should meet the third person here because if there are 3 people here, then I might as well meet all 3 if I'm trying to save the universe and so on and so forth. But realistically, I got told that you were a little bit mad because of the ink. And I have a massive savior complex, so the second anything seems a little bit hurt or misunderstood, I throw myself at it as hard as I can, trying to save it. Which usually results in me almost getting murdered. I mean, literally the whole reason I'm here is because I threw myself at something that needed saving, who was almost getting murdered, and now I'm here. Best case scenario, you end up like a Tewa, who, you know, I defended with my entire life until they found something better and left me forever. So that's great. Worst case scenario, I guess I die, which is bound to happen eventually if I keep throwing myself at crazy things that want to kill me rather than want to be saved. Especially when I'm by myself. And I don't know why I'm telling you any of this, because you're probably crazy as balls and going to try and stab me soon. Regardless, would you like me to try to save you? It would help my self-esteem.
Certainly try, but I know more than you know.
Yeah, you know everything, unless you can blot it out for yourself, which I don't think you can, considering you still know everything, so... I'm assuming you know if you can be cured or not, and if you do know, you know how to do it. Unless you're too... crazy to do it.
Whatever you find will probably disappoint you, but I do know things about you, about what you're talking about Tewa.
Know about Tewa?
I know everything there is to know. Tewa is a chimera.
Tewa is a chimera.
Tewa found a book a very powerful artifact that I wrote. I condensed knowledge into something that mortals could learn from, and a monstrosity beast, of course, learned the very basics. I call that beautiful poetic. But unfortunately, without my eyes, I can't make any more of those tomes of understanding. Not anymore, but I know that Terwa currently recalls, if I'm correct right now. What year is it?
Fucking no. The dates only go up to the, latest.
It's 3074.
There you go.
Then Terwa right now is lovey-dovey on Thaxil in a beautiful jungle.
I knew that.
Might even have a small clutch of baby chimera on the way at this point, depending on the month and the day.
God, they were
Don't see there.
fast.
A little pop-up Volgear in the corner there. No!
Volgir's on the shuttle right now, and he just feels his, stomach drop into a pit of dread. He's like, huh, not sure what happened there. I suddenly just felt like I was gonna cry and throw up.
And
Sorry, I put Trickster in the gravity. That's what happened.
And if you are here looking for something, you must be the Atlas Moreau of the Atlas Protocols upon tried so very hard for no one to know about. Very interesting.
I know I should be horrified, but getting called the Atlas Moreau is it's a little exciting, honestly. No, keep going then.
I know that you are here to see Katran in their current form. I would ask if I am wrong, but that would defeat the whole fucking point. So I suppose a question to you would be, are you sure you want to see?
Katran?
Yes.
Of course I do. That's the whole reason I came here. Admittedly, helping you might end up being a little bit of a side quest if you tell me how, but...
I can help you see Katran and protect you from something quite potent all at once. But I will need you to do that. Can you guess what it is?
Guess what is the thing?
What you need to do?
The ripping out an eye.
That is most barbaric, no.
Okay, because I do have a spare one in my backpack just in case.
I mean, if you want to rip out an eye, it couldn't hurt, could it?
No, just a little part of me's hoping that at some point it will just get gouged out by chance, so then I can not feel bad about it. Anyway, unrelated.
Take this. Offers you out the pot.
The pot of your eye blood? Does it stain?
Only if you spill it.
Gonna spill it.
Take that to the mirror of understanding and pour it in.
That doesn't seem like a good idea.
It is the best idea. It will block out the everything and leave only what you should know. That is how censorship works, my love.
Well, that depends on who's censoring it, doesn't it?
Call it me censoring it, love. Someone who's been wronged by Katran for wanting to know as much as they did and was punished for it. And I want people to know things. Yeah.
Can you be fixed?
Not yet. At some point, yes, but not by you and not here. And the only person who can help me is Katran herself.
And I suppose I'll bring her back to help you.
That would be most advised.
Okay. Take the bucket of eye blood, pour it in the mirror. Katran.
Yes. See her. And nothing else. Once you have that, you need to look away. If you look too long, you may see things you'll live to regret. You may gouge out your own eyes, like I did.
If you know everything, do you know, like, everything that's ever gonna happen, ever?
I only knew what Katran knew up to a point.
So you don't know if... You don't know if this works.
If what works?
If we work, if we save everything, if we live. You don't know if any of this is worth anything.
The only people who know that is you.
You know how you know everything?
Mm-hmm.
Consider me the other side of the coin.
I would say that is a power beyond belief. If you knew you were going to lose, you would never fight.
I know we're gonna lose. That's not knowledge, that's common sense.
If you knew you were going to lose, you'd be here. Call
I
that
think
common
you
sense.
Massively underestimate quite how stupid I am.
Maybe stupidity's just what we need. Sensibility's not gotten as far as it.
Maybe that's why I got picked as the protocol. They need someone dumb enough to throw themselves at the impossible.
Well,
You're out
from
of
my
ship after a
knowledge,
bomb.
from my knowledge, Atlas, call
The
it
partner
my...
watched Atlas do that and was like, she's perfect.
Well, Atlas, I can't see to count on my claws anymore, but I do have 5 of them, and ALTAS, 5 has a good ring to it, don't you think?
You think that would be rare, wouldn't it? To find 5 people dumb enough to throw themselves at the impossible.
Well, maybe that's why the first protocol was to make sure that all 5 of them were in the right place at the right time. But unfortunately, the knowledge on that is quite forbidden. I don't think Sapana would be too happy if I started spreading things around. The last time I did, I gouged my eyes out. I don't want to think what I gouge out next.
Tongue, maybe?
That would be really annoying. I quite like the taste of things.
Alright, I'm gonna go pour this. Do you want to come with me so I can give it back? Or do I just, like, drop it off? Or...
Simply throw it at full pelt down any alley or hole. I'll reclaim it. I can't go near the mirror.
Why? They scared you're gonna learn everything again?
I already know too much. If I gaze much longer, I worry what I will see.
I feel like if I was already censoring everything inside, I'd just keep looking. What can they do at that point?
Because the last bit of information anyone will ever gain is how they die, and even I don't want to know that.
That's not scary at all.
It is when you are a celestial, my love, and you're not meant to die.
True. Paint, let's go.
Right.
God, so much.
I am oh so curious what would happen if Volgear had gone there and taken the 7 steel cylinder scrolls to this place.
Yoink, 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 yoink.
Maybe they would just be like, a recipe for ramen.
Yeah, they just tell him what he's like spent 400 hours reading this, and they just go, "Oh, I've been looking for this recipe."
Or even worse, they're like, "Oh, piloting 101."
Yeah.
My tapioca recipe.
So, my shopping list.
Yeah, but Atlas,
You had 7 copper scrolls of your shopping list? It was a long list.
We only go shopping once a millennium.
There was a sale on. We knew all the discounts.
Hey, Costco did a 50 for 1 deal.
Atlas, you take the paint.
And whenever Volgar's deciphering it, he's just reading eggs, 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 eggs. He's like, man, this is... I might be translating it wrong, but it feels like it's just saying the same word over and over.
Ah, Volgar, you found the recipe to the ultimate biscuit.
Yeah. The second one, flour.
It's a really big biscuit.
Chocolate chips.
It's why it's good that I didn't take Barros with me, because it'd be like, don't look in the mirror or you'll learn everything. And Barros is just already staring in the mirror like, tell me what the best tasting biscuit is.
Like Barros doesn't already know.
Yeah, but there might be a better one out there.
Atlas, you take the paint.
I take the paint.
You head
That's
back
what we're gonna
towards the
call it.
Mirror of Understanding.
For her sanity, paint.
Yep. You head back to the Mirror of Understanding. You see this grand silver pool in the center of the library.
Holds up the paint, goes... Yeah, I know I'm messed up, because a little part of me just wants to drink it and see what happens. Not gonna. I just... wish there was someone here who would tell me. Anyway. Chuck the paint.
Yep. This small little paint pot. Probably no bigger than that. Glug. 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 The amount of liquid coming out of this thing is not appropriate for the size of vessel you hold as it splodges out like slightly cold oil. It's just viscous in the wrong way as it blobs, as it hits the surface of this perfect, still silver pool in the center of the library. It doesn't even ripple the water. It's like pouring like tar on mercury. The silver like rescinds and resides and blobs and globulates as this like thick black undulating like liquid begins to like just take over and gobble and gobble and gobble, just like the turkey. Eventually the pool is almost fully black, and the pot still now drips.
This is incredibly disturbing. I miss when I was in fog going insane.
Or a rat going up 2.5 hours up steps.
Yeah, that was just like bad cardio, you know?
Yeah.
The pot, eventually the final drop falls, and like it almost falls like a disgusting dehydrated strand of saliva, and it almost floats a little bit in the air for too long as it pools and strands on the surface before sinking in fully.
Bucket a little test wiggle to make sure it's done.
Yeah. Seems empty.
Okay. Now I guess I'm going to look and hope I don't go insane and gouge my eyes out. I don't know who I'm talking to. I suppose I'm about to be talking to Katrin, so... let's go.
You
Lean
look.
over. Look in the mirror.
Okay. Make me a wisdom saving throw. At advantage.
Come on, Atlas. You're wise-ish. In stats, if not in your actions.
25. You see that even with the censorship blotting out things all around you, there is still eons of information here. The color of stars light years away. Information that shouldn't be known but is here.
Oh my god, the secret ingredient to KFC!
You see there is a sleek, blackened obelisk. Shifting geometric panels, covered in glowing, shifting runes that constantly seem to rewrite themselves in languages long forgotten. It pulses with an eerie luminescence, its structure bending light as if reality itself struggles to contain the sheer weight of what it knows. And dotted around it, whizzing around very, very fast, are thousands of these little satellites. They flicker and change, fragmented pieces of data and vaults. Who knows what might be there, but it seems like as it flies along, all the knowledge and truth of this existence is being plucked out of the very stone and rock of planets, the gas of stars, torn out and drawn in towards Katran. And then you hear a voice. Child of mine.
Apparently so.
Here is where the laws of reality are written and recorded for the next time.
It's really hard to concentrate because Juno's really forcibly trying to give me a tennis ball.
Ignore the strange dog at your side. That is a terrible thing to call me. I am an owl and proud and true. Jumps in every book and disappears. If you wish to know, you will find me. Or if you stick with the one of nature, tries to bend fate to her will, who knows what will happen?
You, presumably.
Even I am not a fortune teller.
Do you know anything that can help us defeat the Illithid, defeat the Slod?
The information I take is always the same, with some exceptions this time around.
Lasted longer.
Maybe it is length. However, the only things that I see are different are places where the ship, formerly known as the Chimera, has visited. And we're talking molecular differences, minor changes.
Wait. We've done this before? Like everything is the same?
No. This time around. The clusters you visit, the planets you touch, the stars you see, the information from them is different from the last time, the time before that, the 50 times before that. Something is different. Maybe it is time.
Are we different?
Maybe.
Should have agreed with the others what I was going to ask you before I got here, because now I've got here and I'm just kind of panicking. Different. It's different, so maybe it's time. Maybe we can change things. But I don't know how. I don't know what we're supposed to do. And you don't know what we're supposed to do, because you've not done it yet. Or we've not done it yet. I suppose I could ask you what we did last time, and the time before, and the time before, and the time before, and try to work out what we can do this time that's different, but...
The Parna has a plan.
Yes. It started with me, which does not fill me with hope.
And yet it seems to be working now.
Do you have one?
A plan? No.
I was going with a person, but I assume if you don't have a plan, you don't have a person either.
But I know all about Sapanas, so why would I bother making my own?
If you know hers is going to fail? If you looked at me for more than 30 seconds of my life.
By that point, it probably would have been too late. You came after the fact.
After the plan?
Things were already in motion by then.
Yeah, but then how am I there, Because You can't make a plan about something that doesn't exist, so they must have known I was going to exist at least a little bit, and therefore, by association, they must have known that I was going to be not very good.
Sapana has spent the last cycle and every cycle trying to control fate. Something no god can touch or has before. Take it from me. You are Atlas. If I'm correct at this time, heard of the Beros Protocol.
The what?
The Beros Protocol. It's what comes after A. You look like you're about to vomit.
No, I'm just trying to work out if we're talking about the same barrels.
We are.
So the bucket.
Atlas violently thrown. No, she's fine.
Reach,
Okay, so,
eraser, reconstruction,
wrong.
obliteration, subjugation, Beros.
Hang on quickly. Read those out again.
No.
Damn it.
After the Beros Protocol, there is of course another.
If you tell me that it's Cyrus, I might actually throw up.
Containment yield for rifted unnatural spheres. Then there is the
Wait,
directive for
someone's-
reclamation and kinetic engagement of the base Omphalos weave. And finally, there is the emergency light attention and radiant inhibition system. Atlas, Beros, Cyrus, Drakebow, and Alaris.
I'm gonna smash my head off this fucking fountain.
That would be ill-advised. What is curious to me is, at this point in your timeline, I don't think you would know who Alaris is.
Laris?
Alaris.
Laris?
Everyone pulling out notes like fucking left, right, and center here. Why do I feel
I
like
don't
I've
know
heard that name?
Laris yet. Guess that one's still coming, right?
It is. I'll give you a hint. It is a celestial name derived from the Old Tongue. It means last light.
Oh no, I'm confusing it with Alara.
I said, best I can do you as a Lara.
Yeah, I was confusing it very close to that.
Follow the god of
Process
nature,
of elimination.
and she will lead you as best she can.
Right. Right.
Unfortunately, I devoted too much of my information gathering to here. I have much to do, and much to collect before this cycle.
How do I get out? The guy said I can't unless I learn the silent somethings.
The Silent Codex? It's very simple. It's in the name.
Cool. I'm sure I'll work that out. Sounds like you gotta shut up.
And then the vision, and you see the black blobs like all overtaking the mercury again on the surface of this liquid, as you are back, standing, looking into the mirror of understanding. It looks like even now the mercury is beginning to expand back out and overtake the darkness. The censorship can't be kept at bay.
God, I want to look back in this thing just a little bit, but I'm not gonna.
Can if you want.
Atlas throws the bucket as hard as she can back in the direction of the,
Oh! Oh, gods! Fucking gods be damned, my coccyx! A bucket of pain has come out of nowhere and...
No, shut up! I'm the one who gets to angrily yell right now. This is bullshit!
Okay, I'm gonna
Jesus
climb into a book.
Christ! Ah! Oh, God. Oh, no. It's us. We're all important. Oh, God, we're all important. That's a horrible idea. That's a terrible idea. I was hoping at least some of us weren't important, so, like, we could, like, some of us could die, and it was all gonna be chill. But we're all important. We're all important to the plan, so... Oh, God. I should have kept that bucket. I might actually throw up right now. Okay. Okay. Okay, I really wish I had my book on me in the void. Okay, just gotta leave here now. Silent codex.
I will admit, I feel like Harry waits till the minute he knows that we've not got our pens or any sort of paper in our hands,
like,
and then says,
You are playing D&D at a table with Microsoft Word on your computer and whatever the fuck else you want in front of you.
Hey, but you know
My
what?
brain was
Also
shutting
stream
down.
this.
You know what? We're also playing D&D on Twitch, where you can rewatch
you watch
again
it back.
and again.
Feels
But
like
you have to
it
watch
feels
the
like
ads and give them a little bit of money if you want to do that.
All I got was containment yielding spheres. I have no idea what RNU mean.
It means
I'm still trying to play Polaris and Astra. Why? How does that work?
Cyrus was containment yield for rifted unnatural spheres.
Atlas is going to start walking.
Drake Bow was directive for reclamation and kinetic engagement of the base Omphalos weave.
Atlas is going to get back on the ship and be like, haha, Cyrus, totally casual, nothing to do with anything. Do you remember what your mother's maiden name was?
And Alaris was emergency light attenuation and radiant inhibition system.
why did I have to pick such a long fucking name?
Don't
I feel
know.
like you were saying that about 3 months ago when you had to make up an acronym for that name.
I just think it's funny that you were like, yeah, I'm gonna play the Dragonborn Ranger, and I will make my last name Dragonbow.
Nickname. Might not be his true name.
If anything, he was just cursing Astra for not choosing an E name.
I didn't need to.
Oh.
Because Atlas's mother gave her up at birth.
Astra, but go on.
Same difference. I'm cursing it's so similar to Atlas's name. Is more the issue.
I've got to the point now where I'm adding. I've started a document with tabs.
Good. Good.
Are you sure
God.
you wouldn't like to make a spreadsheet?
Atlas, are you going to
I might.
walk out or try to walk out?
I'm gonna try and walk out.
Sure. What are you doing?
I'm gonna try and be very, very quiet.
Okay. Sounds like you want to make a stealth check then.
$24.
Atlas, walk one length the bookshelf, turn right, and you see the door. And it is impossibly close. Like, you walked, like, it felt like a good 25 minutes to get to where you were from the entrance originally.
Atlas goes up to the door, puts her hand on it, is like, no, and like turns back to go find the fucking guy.
Okay. Head back.
Jessa?
You have called! You see materializing from around the corner.
If you want to leave, you have to be very, very quiet.
God damn it! Have you heard how much I enunciate my very being?
Close your beak. Walk quietly and follow me.
Yes, mummy!
God, I wish I had Pass Without a Trace prepared.
Okay, you need to make a stealth check. I'm gonna say probably disadvantage because you got this fucking asshole.
Yeah.
He rolled quite well. Even at disadvantage, he rolled a 15 and a 17 at disadvantage with what his bonus.
19.
Okay. You round the corner again, and the exit is still there, and you hear just like
Atlas opens the door.
Yep.
And pushes this guy over the threshold.
He falls into the sand. I have done it. I am here.
Steps out as quick as she can.
It feels so good to no longer be surrounded by such depths of knowledge. You, female Owlin.
I've told you my name before.
At last.
Close enough. You need a lift?
I would love one.
Can you fly?
I would thought you were going to carry me.
I am not strong. I could, turn you into a little rat. Then I could carry you.
If that is what you so wish to do,
It would make you quiet.
I would not be silenced.
Yeah, okay.
I also do have wings if that would make this whole situation easier, but it really...
Yeah, then just fly. Come on, follow me.
Very well. Lead on.
Gonna be a long trip.
So, how old are you, if you don't mind my intrusion?
22. How old are you?
Much older.
Yeah, I kind of gathered that by your everything.
What year is it?
I've already forgotten.
Did you have to park this ship so fucking high up?
That's kind of how ships work.
I would beg to differ. Surely they could transcend any dimension. Vertical is quite important for ships. I've not had to fly this much in about 55 years.
God, you are old.
Meanwhile, the shuttle.
Yeah, just because that'll be funny. Meanwhile, the shuttle, what are you guys doing?
So
Literally
Cyrus
giving him controls.
gave Trickster gravity.
You're gonna give him no gravity?
Well, I said I made the joke earlier. Let's run with it. He gives him gravity.
Okay. If you go away.
The gravity of the ship inverts.
This is not what we meant by behaving yourself.
Well, we're about to fly upside down, aren't we, Logan?
Gosh, just look
Vulgar.
Good.
Cyrus is like hanging from the console, pulling himself down, trying to get to the module.
And Vulgar, what
just
normally,
being
like,
fast.
flying inverted, like, in atmosphere, is, like, a very difficult maneuver. You'd be strapped in, like, held down, like, it's not anything. But being inverted inside actually makes this kind of maneuver actually very feasible. And if you had a ship which had, say, weapons on the underside, and you needed something to shoot something in a certain direction, flying like this might be beneficial in certain conditions. As it probably around this point, if you guys are flying around, you can see that two Owlin are flying up towards the Chimera.
Oh, good. Atlas is done. Who's that with her? Have we picked up another fucking stray?
As long as it's not a chimera.
I'm happy. I swear to God, if there another chimera enters that ship, I will jettison it.
You don't need to tell me twice it hits the module.
I'll invert the same time you go to.
We have flipped back around.
So we tested the hologram, illusionary terrain, realistic projections. We got lights and HUD, falsify numbers, and turn off displays, apparently. And also make a disco for fun. We got control internal gravity. There's a tactical application. We're not giving him communications. What's the other one?
You got engines,
weapons.
guns.
We're not giving him weapons or engines. Not for this test. We'll test it later.
You are no fun.
No, we've learned enough today.
Okay. Eventually, you'll reconvene back at the Chimera. Atlas, you are followed by Jessa.
Yep. Atlas will hopefully wait around for someone to open the cargo bay for her.
Probably.
Eros, we're coming back, and Atlas is outside.
Okay, but I'm only opening it because Atlas is outside.
That's fair.
Doors slide open. You fly inside. The shuttle flies inside shortly after.
Yes, I was just if Barris didn't open it, Barris, you can remember that I can remotely hack anything within 30 feet. I will fly around to the cockpit and hack your hollow strap with all the money on it.
Let's not hack our own ship, Volgir.
No. I said his hollow strap with all the money on it.
I'm imagining Atlas flying into the cargo bay and then the shuttle immediately after, kind of like the bit in The Simpsons opening where they walk into the garage and then the car comes in after. It's like, shit!
Yep. Yeah, we're coming in hot as well.
Jesus Christ. That's our shuttle. I'm not sure why they're out in it.
They appear to be quite poor pilots.
Well, depending on who's flying
probably...
it right now, you might be right.
Door opens, Cyrus steps out.
Yep.
Good heavens, that is a demon!
No, that's Cyrus. He's actually an Asimar. He just looks like that.
Oh, pleasure to meet you, Celestial Man.
Atlas, what the fuck?
I am Jessa of the Fifth Tongue.
Look, you know, it's not that impressive that you can speak 5 languages. I can speak 5 languages, so just chill it with just have one name. It's fine. This is Jessa. He was stuck in a magical library for a while, and I helped him get out, so...
Not to ick your im. I am a woman, thank you very much. My deep voice, however, is simply a counterpart of my initial birthing.
This is Jessa. She was stuck in a magic library for a really long time, so I helped her get out, and...
Why is she here?
Because I helped her get out of the magical library, and then I didn't want to leave her stranded on a random god planet, so, you know...
So you picked up another creature.
I owe my life indefinitely to Mummy here.
Mummy?
Mommy.
Mummy is the title I have bequeathed to Atlas.
Atlas?
And like you look at Jessa. Jessa is like medium height, a little bit taller than Atlas. She's got like soft brown feathers, like speck of like leather ochre to the tips. Her face is like really strikingly pale, almost like mask-like, not similar to Atlas's. But she has like pristine like white feathers like flashing on the ruff of her neck. Big golden eyes that can't fucking stay in one place for longer than 5 seconds. She wears robes that are like almost threadbare, covered in glyphs and patterns that like don't resemble any kind of language. And there's also just like scraps of parchment and paper just like tucked under all of her feathers, like as if she like dived through like a fucking like a Scrooge McDuck of paper effectively, and it's all stuck in there. Her talons are stained with ink.
That's actually what she's been doing the full time. She hasn't read a single book. She's just been swimming through the pages like, ee, this is so fun.
Her talons are also stained black with ink.
Look, I wasn't just gonna leave her stuck in a library forever, so...
Don't worry, you'll not even know that I'm here.
We're probably gonna know that she's here.
She is awfully loud.
Look.
At least she's not a chimera.
Also, Atlas, I discovered why we could escape. I found this. And then she pulls from her robes a book, and you see written across it in common, it just says, The Silent Codex.
Let me introduce you to the rest of the crew.
Most definitely. She puts it back in her robes.
Although I do have a question for her later.
You're gonna regret that. You're gonna regret that so bad.
Do you think that handsome dwarf would like to ask for my hand in Mirage?
He is divorced, so you might have a chance.
So quite possibly. He looks to be in my era of age.
I don't know how old you are, but
marriage are.
possibly.
When I was in the library, my physical body was unaltered. I entered at the mere age of 20. However, I am now 92.
I also don't really know how old Volker is. I know he's older than 50, so...
Then that makes
Go
me
for
quite
it.
old.
Get yourself a toy boy.
I will point out, he may be old to you lot, but 50 in dwarf years is like 20s.
Yeah,
Older
but
woman's still a cougar.
old as balls to us. Atlas is just walking through like, that's Sunshine.
Hey, how's it going?
He knows almost nothing.
My goody aunt, he has such rippling abdominal muscles. Thanks for noticing. Appreciate it.
One thing he does know is how to have those. If you hear a clanging in the vents, there's probably a kobold in there. Don't worry about it. Sometimes he gets stuck. Sometimes Cyrus locks him in there. I'm pretty sure on purpose.
Shut up.
There's a dwarf engineer somewhere around here.
I'm literally right here. Like, I'm not going anywhere. I'm literally like just. I'm literally. Hello. Oh, okay, fine. Fuck me, I guess.
Also from the past.
Oh, you're not talking about me, son. I think you're just like fucking brushing over me for some reason.
No, I'm just introducing everyone with a little fun tidbit. Also from the past, was stuck in cryofreeze for a while, but is doing great in the future / current year for us. Days is probably hanging out with Astra, who might be hanging out with Barros, so cockpit. The cockpit with...
Hello, strange leaders. I come in peace.
Barros, our captain. That's Astra, she's our medic. She's very nice. That's Days, her girlfriend. She's not very nice.
Ah, Lisbanios.
Yes, maybe. I'm not sure what you just said. It might have been a slur. We used to have a chimera. We don't anymore. We used to have more kobolds. We don't anymore.
You hear from the other side of the ship, thank God!
Okay, just because you hate kobolds.
That guy's a fucking asshole. Nobody likes it. Barros, your feet stink on it. Can you move? Can you move, Barros? I'm trying to get out from here. I'm stuck. Cyrus fucking bolted up the one in engineering again. It's the only one I've got a loose bolt on. Can you move, please?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Barros, please move your feet.
No, I'm not moving my feet. I'm in the middle of making a biscuit.
Fucking prick. I'm gonna go somewhere else. It's like...
Yeah, so that's the crew. We're a little ragtag.
You are quite an eccentric bunch.
Well, you'll fit right in.
Most definitely.
Yeah, I think Days has taken Astra's room, so you can sleep in Days' old room.
That would be most splendiferous.
That's my room, sorry. You can sleep in one of those, and so I also just point to the beds in the communal area.
I can certainly make do with the communal space until my husband-to-be finally wakes up and smells the roses.
Is there anywhere you're trying to get to? Because we're sort of like Russian lush right now, because there's a squid problem.
That is far. I have nowhere really to be. Most of my plans had involved being trapped in a library for eternity, so my schedule's all open, honestly.
I mean, we can put you back in the library if that's preferred, but...
No, I'd quite happily not be in there, at least for a short period of time. I can always go back.
Yeah, I mean, hanging out with, Mr. Scrollmaster didn't seem too fun. He runs out of words very quickly, and Kiva seemed a little nuts, so...
I unfortunately have lost most of my fun words to clock. Luckily...
I only gave him, like, one. I gave him,
What was the word, Atlas?
Shit.
If she gave him a word, she would no longer be able to ever say it again. But only in the language she gave it.
Yeah, because I remember it perfectly in Orin right now, but that's just going to sound like squawks to you
You could
guys.
say it to me. I am fluent in 5 languages.
Yeah, me too. And probably like half of us at this point, right?
You just hear Volga from the other side. I've got 6!
Fucking hell, he is my husband-to-be.
He must be quite the cunning linguist.
Go get him, Tiger.
Ravi, I'm leaving this cockpit.
You probably leave as Volga comes in, whacks Beros over the head. That's for not opening the f***ing hatch
Meanwhile,
quicker.
Cyrus is
You were
listening.
fucking about. I told you.
Atlas will gently rest her hand on.
It's safe.
Atlas will gently rest her
Fucking
hand on
about
Volgir's
it.
shoulder, look deep into his eyes, and be like, "You're gonna wish I brought back another fucking Chimera, buddy," and then walk out.
He'll stop mid-sentence, look at you, and then get a slightly worried expression, and then go back to arguing with Beros over.
The only time the golden eye sits still is when they stare at Volgir.
Like fucking two beacons in the night. They go a little bit cross-eyed, like.
I feel like after
I
they
like
jump
the
in,
idea
like,
that
are we
because
gonna tell
Atlas
him?
has like completely
We're gonna
black.
tell him what?
I like the idea that because Alice has completely black eyes, you can never really tell where she's looking. And like just before this adventure, one of you guys is like, "Isn't it kind of weird how you can never tell where Atlas is looking? Like, I wish her eyes were a different color." And that she brings back this like golden-eyed owl, and it's like, "Never mind, it's fine."
Yeah. Volga will leave at some point, go find Cyrus wherever Cyrus is disappeared.
Cyrus is listening a panel, being like, "Alright, fizzle it."
He will walk up to you and just go, "Cyrus,
What?
could you put an extra lock on my door, please?"
Yeah, I can do that.
Thank you. Preferably one or like 6.
If you want, I'll try and code it to your hollow strap. I'll need you there for it so that we can get the.
That's fine. I'll be waiting there whenever you're free.
We'll get them synced up.
Volga will immediately go straight to his room.
Okay.
And just sit on the bed waiting.
Daze is like sat on like Astra's lap, and it's like, tell him what?
That he's another Mars proposal coming his way.
I think he knows. I hope he knows.
It's Volgir. He's smart, but he's not smart.
Volga's been married once. He recognizes the signs.
He's got a scary dragon. He'll be fine.
She's so into me.
Okay.
Also, not to be the bearer
also-
of bad news, I tried my best to roll it back up until like the ball, but Sunshine batted this around the whole ship 15 times, and it's very frayed, and he's holding up like it's a triangle of wool that is like she's like trying to roll back into her shape.
There's
Like,
sections of it that've been like gnawed on for a
yeah.
while.
You see, there's like a bit like it's very clearly point. She's like tied knots to like reconnect the wool to another bit of wool.
He absolutely did that thing at some point where they grab it with their front paws and then kick it rapidly with their back.
I feel like maybe letting him know this exists is a terrible idea.
Yeah.
I would like to
keep
point-
him quiet for a bit. Keep him concentrating on something.
Yeah.
Oh, because we
So,
kind of an evil idea.
Phalos or Lush, where are we heading? Because that was,
Lush.
I mean, I learned like a little bit, but nothing like super important, so let's just get out of here.
I messaged Varys' father. We need to go to lunch.
What's
Yeah,
wrong,
turns
buddy?
out
You want to make a
he's
fucking
not-
insight
he-
check?
He's not
No,
doing
because I'm
so
not in
well.
the room.
No, he's not.
If
He's
Cy-
not doing so well.
Yeah. If
Still alive,
Cyrus
though,
turns
so
up
that's
to do the locks
progress.
in the room, Volga would be sat on the bed, and he would just be like, "Worst of the camera, worst of the camera, worst of the camera, worst of the camera, worst of the camera,
It's
worst of
okay,
the
bud.
camera."
It's okay. We're gonna figure this out. He starts opening the panel.
Baby's first panic attack.
He's panicking over your words of "you wish I brought a camera back." He's thinking back to the camera going. I think it took him a minute.
Atlas said that to Volgir, and it was like that gif where they put the like fucking flower on the cat's head. He's just like,
Atlas, do you want to do me a Navigator's Tools check to see how much plotting you can do? Because realistically, you guys can get here in a couple of jumps. So
a good navigator's tools check. You may not have any encounters for 3 full
I'm
days.
gonna be plotting.
Ryan, it was gravity lighting and what other one that we put in? Put the AI in.
We tested gravity, lighting, and holograph. So we didn't test communications, engines, or weapons.
Well, unfortunately, I rolled a 3 for a 12, so...
I mean, the pilot also had the option to roll disadvantage and take the new roll if they would rather.
Alice is a little distracted by all the shit she just did.
Well, we've got.
Yeah, I can do that.
Sure. Roll a
We've went to
pilot
lost
check at
before.
disadvantage, please.
Let me see one.
6 plus 5 plus 4. Because I can add my proficiency bonus, so 15.
15. Okay, so you guys are going to travel 1 day before a possible encounter. I would need a D100, please. And also, I will need 2 more D100s rolled to see if there are any hazards for onboard and offboard.
Do one.
Dibs on board.
I'll do another.
This was mine's encounter then, or whatever it is.
Okay, so Marius' encounter. Oh! Little offboard hazard, eh? Barrows, from me D10, please.
That's fine.
Another dwarven shit, please.
Would I have to roll a tools check to get this paneling set up, or?
I would say you can probably just... It's easy enough for you to achieve. It's not super difficult. To basically put a lock in.
Just checking.
Barros, as you begin to activate your star shift, as you come out of the first one, you smack into an asteroid belt at full speed. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw with your space vehicles check. Just to make a dexterity, a space vehicle check with dexterity, please, to see if you can avoid taking damage.
As you're putting
19
that
success. You take no damage.
Volgir will be like, can this keep out of Chimera?
It's a steel bolt head door, Volgir. I imagine so.
I saw that Chimera take out a lot of things.
The Chimera also struggled to fit down the corridor.
That's true, but this thing can walk down that corridor.
Yeah, well, I'm sure she won't be able to force the door open. Here, give me your holostrap and we'll try and sync this code.
She won't need to. She's a wizard. She can probably walk through walls.
I don't have a tool for that.
Up in the corner and starts panicking.
The Zarath sector is where you jump to initially on this first day of travel while all this is kind of going on. I see you actually jump to Noble Major first because you have to go via them. So you can jump back to Noble Major. And as you come out after navigating the asteroid belt successfully, you see there is this big round Tev. You see it has red and yellow, alternating color painted panels, and a large, it almost like a spinning top. It has like pointed ends on either side. And you see in big, like light up neon text, it says, Mr. Funko's Space Carnivale. And you see
can't
the
get
big
distracted,
landing.
but I'm getting a little distracted.
Mr.
We need to keep
Funko's
going.
Space Carnivale.
Space Carnival. Space Carnival. Space Carnival. Space
Lush
Carnival.
people
No,
dying.
Lush, we need
Also,
to go.
I'm just letting you know that, this
You
is...
do need your Starshift
This
engine
is
to recharge,
vaguely
unless you
based
want to push it.
I'm just letting everyone know this is vaguely based off Spelljammer, which does have cannibalistic space clowns.
Don't
in
you
it.
fucking ruin this for me.
Ignoring what the outside source of information just yes, we have to wait for the Starship
Sometime.
engines to recharge. We do
You
have...
also, instead, could go to Squall and pick up Ash's parents and family.
Or we could drop off the other aisle.
Yep.
Yes.
Well, either which way, You probably do
You gotta
spend.
let me have a silly little sidekick. Come on.
You
Or I'm
probably
just
do
gonna try and
spend.
pick up
I'll give
monstrosities.
you Fizz. I will give you Fizz if you want.
That's your silly little sidekick.
You probably do spend an evening aboard the ship, either waiting for your starship drive to fully be charged, or just after the jump, because like obviously it's a long enough distance to then travel to a planet. So you will get a bit of a long rest if you need one. So feel free to take one now, because that will be before anything else happens. Volker, out of curiosity, do you have any books in your room?
I have this. No,
He
not
has
in my
the
room.
codex
In
books.
my bag of holding.
Nah, that won't work.
In the bag of holding, I have the 7 scrolls.
You don't
of
keep one on
whatever.
like your bedside table, like a Kindle.
Oh,
We don't
does she
keep
know?
them on my bedside table?
Does she know which room Volgir's in?
Probably not. Right? Probably not.
I'm just looking.
Does
now
anyone
to
else have
actually-
books?
He did go straight there.
Barrows has his erotic
I-
stories.
Do
Eros
have
does
the
have his
royal
erotic
family
stories.
legend.
Oh, you do? Would you
Cyrus
put that in
has-
your bag of holding or no?
I had it in the bag of holding, but I feel like I don't know whether it would be on the. Is it too valuable to keep on a shelf? I think it probably might be too.
Yeah,
valuable.
I don't. You might not have that either. That probably would have warned you.
No.
Okay, sure. So
I-
I've
Volker,
not got any other books.
so you nothing.
Cyrus has
I
engineering
went out of my
101
way
for
to
dummies.
look for
Sure.
a book there that I would be having on the wall, not discounting
Okay.
things.
Would anyone else of curiosity have any books out and about? Cyrus.
Cyrus has engineering 101 for dummies on his bedside
Cool.
I
table.
imagine Astra does.
Oh no, that means no.
Do you have maybe like a
Barrows has
holy
that
book,
one
like
erotic.
Atlas
romance
has
novel.
the book of prostitutes.
so that's Atlas.
And also her
Astra,
her own
Cyrus.
notebook of like everything that she keeps, but she keeps that on her at all times.
So Atlas, Cyrus, and Barrows. So D4.
Yeah, I'm going off the fact that Volga keeps a room very shipshape.
I need to
He
actually.
doesn't leave
some
anything else.
reasons.
Really books for
Okay.
Yeah, everything goes in bag.
Luckily, none of your books have anyone come out of them that night. However, Astra, you are rudely awakened as stepping out of one of Diaz's more naughty books comes this tall Ireland figure whose eyes like boom, like looking around. Like, it appears I have chosen the wrong book. And Diaz like, ah,
I love the idea.
hello. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
I was just hearing a muffled scream from next door and being like, "Stop fucking! I'm trying to sleep."
Wait. How far away are you guys? I don't.
They're
even
just
know
across
You
the
are
corridor.
across the hall from Atlas's room, so you're diagonal from.
Do I hear a scream?
But you probably hear Diaz probably screams like as she wakes
If I
up.
hear a scream, Volga will be up at the door checking the bolts.
Yeah, they're fine. They're all good.
You probably hear the sound of lightning gearing up, like Ash is like, what the fuck?
A dragon summoned. What shit for any suspicious shit?
definitely, sir. Don't be alarmed. If anyone approaches the door, I will yell like a dragon.
Not seen in the morning. Volgir, are you coming down for breakfast?
6 a.m. wake up call.
Yeah. But yeah, after Diaz and Astra kick Jessa out of their room for rudely stepping through Diz's copy of the Karma Sutra, all is well, and you're left with the option of either going to Mr. Funko's Space Carnivale or going back to Nihula Major to Squall to pick up Alice's family, or you could even go check out potentially some other things in the system. I think Barna is also in this system. If you went to Ogla, you could go to Barna instead.
Punch some fucking gnomes.
Potentially. Might
I
take
feel
you.
like there's
might be a bit of a
now
delay.
Atlas is
one
pretty.
vote to
Atlas
go
is
to
pretty
school to get
anti
rid of
picking
the
up her
birds.
parents because now we're going towards the chaos rather than running away from it, and she doesn't really want to bring her parents with.
Also, like, we're starting to reach capacity of the Chimera.
Yeah.
Either we need to install beds or we need to dump some
No,
people.
it's fine. Like my mom hated it the whole way here, and like they honestly might be kind of safe because they're on a pretty small planet right at the edge. So chances of Illithid choosing that one next might be low.
I mean, like, I can't speak for Astra, but like, I would share with your mom. Like if we needed space.
I think her father might disagree with that notion.
Whoa. This is, that you can share with him then.
No.
I'm just saying, do you really want people making more owls on this ship?
I don't want people making anything more of anything on this ship.
Exactly.
You're on the wrong ship then.
Barros, I've given up with you. I know it's...
Barros, I don't think he's talking about biscuits.
Oh.
Tell you what,
I mean,
though,
those
it
are
is
the
kind of
lies.
a shame you guys are lesbians, because imagine, like, little angelic bunnies. Like, that's pretty cute.
I mean, I don't really want kids, but sure, if that makes you feel better about us fucking, that's fine with me.
Well, you're not gonna be making kids the way you're fucking anyway.
Yeah, probably not.
Anyway, I am guessing...
I keep forgetting that's your brother. Oh, God.
Yeah, thank you. I'm guessing you would be against the notion of flying a gnomish ship.
I mean, I'm... It's fine,
That's a yes.
but...
That's that. No, it's not. As soon as a woman says it's fine, it's really not fine.
Okay, that was pretty
We'll just
sexist.
go. I vote we go to school.
How
to
dare
get rid
you
of
make
the-
such brash comments about one of the feminine sex?
In my experience, when a woman says it's fine, it's not fine. It's anything but.
Then you must be excellent at pissing women off.
He is,
Yes.
actually.
I'm not sure if it's Ryan or Cyrus that's speaking right now.
Like,
What's Cyrus?
you gotta give her that, like, Astra.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
I was waiting
does
for
piss
Mary
us off
just to
quite a
nod
lot,
on
to be
it.
honest. Then it
was
appears
Mary,
that it's
I was
unanimous.
speaking,
This
yes.
man is a sexist.
Sorry, Cyrus, you gotta go sit at the other table.
That's the racist
That's
table,
the
not
racism
sex-
table.
not
The sexism, I think, is
table.
fine, right? Is that not... We may need a different table for
We need a
sexism.
third table.
Ugh.
Wait. Isn't he the racist and the sexist then? He
I'm not
needs.
racist. I just made some jokes when I was drunk.
The dwarf.
Racist jokes.
Hang on, what did he make about us?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so he says, and Atlas like leans in and starts
Like
whispering.
the camera like pans like through the window. We see the chimera flying off, and then even in deep space, he's here like he said what, and then credits are fade to black, the episode ends. As you're all planning exactly what to do next, I think that's a good place to call it.
Cyrus gets his ass handed.
Until next time, bye bye.
Right.
Ay. And we are clear.